What up, good peoples? What's going on, YouTube? Anyway, it is Saturday. Yeah, want to wish everybody happy Father's Day for those of y'all that are fathers. Make sure you spend time with your dad. I am here in Iowa at the truck stop. Just pulled in this morning so I can spend time with my dad for Father's Day. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I've been missing in action for the last couple of weeks, and it's funny because I actually made a video. Was it last Friday? I think it was last Friday or the Friday before. I just didn't post it, so yeah, that was my fault. Anyway, so what's going on? What's going on here at USA? What's going on here with me? All right, before we get into that, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. I know you could be anywhere else on YouTube, but the fact that you chose to click on my channel, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you to all the new subscribers who've been watching me, and thanks for everybody who's been, leaving messages. Like I said, I try to be interactive, and when I see messages come across, I try to respond right away. Sometimes, it could be a couple of days before I see them. But keep leaving them. We keep having, online discussions, or I should say offline discussions, however you want to say it. But my settlement for yesterday, it sucked. It sucked, but I knew it was gonna suck just because I know I ran 2 loads and I spent a good amount of money on fuel. Also, yeah, let's get into this story time. So last weekend, all right, I was on my way home with a load from Arkansas, to Chesapeake, Virginia, right? So I know I had to get a PM done. Leasing company was like, hey, we need you to get you a PM done so you don't get a default notice on your truck. Whatever they do, if you don't keep up with the maintenance of the truck, they send out like a I guess it's called a default notice that you are in breach of your contract, pretty much. So yeah, I didn't want that. I was already over on my PM, so I was like, all right. I was ahead of schedule by a day, so I said, well, let me pull into, went to Petro in Kinley, North Carolina. I said, let me pull in, there, get my PM, and, I can still be home and deliver this load on time, it was due on last Sunday. So I pull into the Petro. It was like early too. It was like, probably like 1 o'clock on Saturday. So I had plenty of time for them to do a PM, you know what I'm saying? But I did the smart thing this time. Instead of waiting till I got there to ask them how long, it was going to be for a PM, I actually called them ahead of time, said, hey, look, I want to schedule the PM to get done when I get there. She was like, what time you'll be there? I said, actually, no, I didn't pull in that early, because I scheduled my PM for like, I said 6 o'clock, just because I was still driving. I didn't know what time it was going to be there exactly, so I just gave me 6 o'clock. I ended up pulling up there at about 3:30. All right, so, set it up with Tel, use my maintenance account, what I'm saying, getting the PM done. This is where I'm getting it done. They were like, cool, bet, no problem, bet. All right, so I get there. All right, get there at 3:30. Go to the to check in and everything. That was probably like at 4 o'clock. And cool, leave my truck. Go into that Petro is a big Petro, so I'm going in there looking at all the little shiny good stuff. See if I could get some stuff, for my truck. Looking at the mattresses, because that's one of the things I've been wanting to replace on my truck, is to get a new nice cushy mattress. It's almost like $400. Now I was about to snatch it. But my girl was like, nah. She was like, don't spend that money yet. I was like, all right, bet. So I get a phone call. From Tel, from the breakdown department, which is our department that handles our maintenance account. It was like, hey, yeah, so your oil pan is stripped. Not gonna be able to get the plug back into the oil pan, so you need an oil pan. I was like, okay, I need a new oil pan. All right, bet. He was like, all right, so he's like, I'm talking to Petro. He was like, because you haven't, he said, this is only your second PM, and the first Petro, the first time I got my PM done was at a Petro too. That was in Rathine, Virginia. So he was like, we don't want to pay for it. It was their fault, so we were trying to get them to pay for a new oil pan since they are the ones that stripped it. It's like, all right, bet. So hang up the phone with him. So I walk back over to the maintenance shop to actually talk to the mechanic dude, to, you know what I'm saying, get more info, because, you know, that's just coming from the tail dude. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? What is good? So go talk to the maintenance people. He was like, yeah. He was like, it's actually pretty common on the Freightliners that this happens. It's plastic, and even when you torque it down to the specified torque, you know, it can happen. So I was like, all right. So let's, you know, how soon we looking at another oil pan? He was like, yeah. He was like, it's the weekend. He was like, we ain't gonna get an oil pan in until Monday. Monday. So I'm like, okay. I mean, at this point, there is really nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? I can't take the truck nowhere because it's in the shop. There's no oil in it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing. Can't start it off, nothing. Luckily, there's a hotel next door, so I just go check in to the hotel for the next 2 days. All right. So bet. So, you know, fast forward to Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. I'm thinking, you know what? You know, they said Monday. Hopefully the part will be here, you know, pretty early. I can get up out of here. I'm hoping by 12 o'clock. I'm hoping I can get out of here by 12 o'clock. So I get a message from Tail saying, hey, this oil pan is a warranty issue now. It's a warranty part. So we want to get you over to a Freightliner dealer to handle the warranty work. Yeah, I'm about to flip my lid, because you want to move my truck from where it's at to a Freightliner dealership that I don't know how long it's going to be if I go to this Freightliner dealer before they can even get to my truck. I got a load that is past due. You know what I'm saying? I called and got that straightened out, told them what the situation was. But I have a load on me, and I have some loads lined up, and you wanna move my truck? Nah. So I sent a message, but then I was like, nope, let me call him. So I called him. I'm like, look, I get what you're saying, that this is a warranty issue. I said, but it doesn't make sense to tow me to a shop. Now I'm gonna be down even more days. So why can't we just get the oil pan and let the TA put it in? He was like, I said, because I mean, it just doesn't make sense to tow it from here. The closest Freightliner dealer was like 28 miles away. You know what I'm saying? And them tows are expensive. I didn't have to pay for the tow if I were to get it towed. So he was like, hold on, let me go talk to somebody. So he puts me on hold. He comes back 5 minutes later. He's like, all right. He said, so if you wanted them to bring the oil pan, it's gonna cost you, you know what I'm saying? He's like, it's gonna cost more from your maintenance. And I'm like, all right, so how much is it gonna cost you? He was like, for the oil pan itself, it's like $800. For an oil pan? God damn. Well, give me the motor. Let me mold that mug. $800 for an oil pan? So here's the decision I had to make. Let them tow my truck from the Freightliner dealer, from TA Kenley to whatever Freightliner dealer that was 28 miles away. Don't know how many days I'm gonna have to sit, and let them put an oil pan in it. It's under warranty, so I wouldn't have to pay for it. Or pay for this oil pan and the time that it's gonna take to put it in and get back on the road today. That is the decision that I had to make. So I made the decision. Look, that's what my maintenance account is for. I have the money in my maintenance account to do it. So let's do this. I'm trying to get up out of here today. Not trying to waste any more time. Maintenance account can be replenished. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and do that. So he was like, all right, is sure that's what you want? Yeah, that's what I want. All right, I'm going to go ahead and authorize TA to go ahead, get the oil pan, go ahead and put it on the truck. All right, bet. So that's what we're going to do. So that was the decision I had to make. It just didn't make sense to be down any more days. Like I said, I can always replace the oil. I can replace the money that's in my maintenance account. So I didn't get up out of there till 3 o'clock or 3:30 on Monday. Delivering my load, I was only 3 hours away, so that was 6. And then I was home Monday evening. But I had to leave out Tuesday evening. So it messed up my weekend because I was going to go shopping. Me and my lady went to Texas this coming week. We're going to Texas. We're supposed to be in Texas Friday. So, I was going to shop for clothes, some more clothes, get some more shoes and just stuff like that. So, anyway, yeah, that just fucked it up. And, fucked up my weekend. And it just did. So, yeah, that oil pan ended up costing. So, but I'd rather just get back on the road as quickly as possible rather than get rid of the loads that I had lined up for this week and not have nothing and be sitting waiting and possibly miss my trip to Texas because all the Freightliner shops are backed up, you know what I'm saying, at least a good week, you know what I'm saying, so it's like, fuck it, I just replaced the money in my maintenance account and, hopefully nothing goes wrong. So got the PM done, they got that, all is good. So what is the lesson learned for me from there? So I think from now on, instead of getting my stuff done at like TA or Petro, we have an Excel group, I guess whatever you want to call it, maintenance center, where I live in Norfolk. Well, it's actually in Chesapeake. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get my my stuff done there, and like I'll just call ahead and say, hey, I want to bring my truck in to get a PM done. You tell me what day I can bring it in, and I'll bring it in. So that way, if we run into this issue again, it's already at an authorized Freightliner place, and what I'm saying, if they need to do some warranty stuff, it's already there. It can go ahead and get done. So that's the biggest lesson that I took out of this for me. And I'm home, so if I have to be down some extra days, I'm not spending money on hotels or whatever. So yeah, so that was the story of my week. That's what happened to me. But that didn't cause my pay to be what it was. Like I said, I only had 2 loads for that week. Those loads combined only brought me in like $3,000 and some change, and between fuel and all the other expenses, yeah, I spent a lot of money on fuel. So my settlement was only $37. It won't zero, but it was $37. So that's what that was my settlement. And part of the reason I only had 2 loads is because the load I picked up in Arkansas picked up on Friday, and it was going to deliver on Sunday anyway, you know, which starts a new week for us. So I already knew that, you know, going in. So this week's settlement should be pretty good, because the Arkansas load was like, it was 3,300. And that's how I like to, you know what I'm saying, that's how I like to when I have a good week, I usually start off by being able to drop a load on Sunday or Monday, and then the rest of the week I have just, you know, pick loads that are going to be good loads, so I can have a real good week. So, and that's what happened. This load that I have on me now, I picked up yesterday in Kansas City, and this load drops on Monday morning too. And I dropped yesterday also in Ottawa, Kansas. So picked up in Kansas City, dropped in Ottawa, Kansas. The load that I dropped in Ottawa, Kansas was my third load for this week to finish me out. And it was pretty good. I didn't spend a lot of fuel. I probably kind of spent a lot of fuel. Like I said, I gotta do better, man. I'm gonna have to start writing what I'm gonna spend in fuel to. And I'm changing up what I usually do for fuel. Like I said, you know, I keep my fuel at half a tank and then just, you know, fuel up from half a tank to full. But I'm gonna stop doing that, because that's costing me. It's costing me. So I'm still gonna keep my tank at a half a tank. But what I'm gonna do is, on my trips, just calculate how much it's gonna cost me to get from where I'm at, you know, from shipper to receiver, calculate that cost, and then put that amount in for my truck. So we do get a fuel surcharge on all our loads now, so that's good. Even though it doesn't show on the load board, we just have to call our advisor and say, hey, what's our FSC? They give us an amount, and, you know, it is what it is. So for instance, this load that's from here, from where I'm at in Iowa to, I'm in Sioux City, Iowa. This load is going to West Branch, Iowa. It's going to take me 4 hours to get there. I calculated it. I forgot how much it was going to cost me. It was going to cost me I calculated it was going to cost me $200 in fuel. So when I leave here, I'm just going to put $200 in here and keep it moving. Actually, I'm going to put more. So I'm getting my fuel surcharge is $287. So this time I actually will fill up my tank. Hopefully it's going to cost me no more than $400, you know, and I'm going to fill it up, because after I drop this Iowa load, I have to boogie home. I don't even have a load going from Iowa all the way home. So I'm going to be deadheading all the way to the crib to get ready to get our stuff so we can go to Texas. So yeah, that is the plan. But all right, we're 18 minutes into this video. I'm going to be done with this video. Like I said, wish everybody a happy Father's Day. Have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. And yo, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, support the content, please. All right, so till next week.